Hello, so today I'm making a video that is going to be another concert video, actually, funnily enough, because I didn't know I was going to this, but we are now going to this. We're actually going to a Janet Jackson concert, and we're going because my mom got these tickets for free, so we're gonna go. So it's almost time to go, and it's a bit of a ways away, so again, getting ready early, going there early. And I have a little outfit and everything, it's inspired and stuff, and I'm actually wearing a shirt that I made a few years ago that was Janet Jackson inspired, funnily enough. So yeah, so that is what's gonna go on, so I will be back when things get underway. Anyways, finally we have made it here, and what a journey it was. Do you have anything to say, Mommy, about how long it took to get here? Because, oh my god. Anywho's, wave. Do a wave.
I gotta get my wedding.
You're a nuisance. Anyways, this is the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater place, I think. That's what it's called. I don't know. This place is kind of whatever-y, so we're gonna go get in line in a minute. And this is a cornfield maze type of arena. So this was a whole hoopla to get here, but we are here now. So I will make a more footage when we get inside. 800 degrees outside. Way hotter than when I went to see Mark Anthony. You can kind of hear them rehearsing. But I got there in the daytime. But it was March. Anywho, this is this. Because I've never been here before. I'm not filming. Who cares? You're already on camera. Anyways, I'm filming me because it's my video. Anyways, I have to film my video like this because we finally made it into here after waiting in the line for 3 and 4 and 5 hours. It would have been 50.
Phoenix, if you're ready to party tonight, say hell yeah!
I'm not saying that because I'm not saying curse words.
Phoenix, sing it!
Everybody's singing it. Well, do your part of the song. Do the part. This is your one chance. Do it. Say it.
Who's drinking tonight? Who's drinking tonight? Hold up. It goes a 1, 2, 3, break it down like.
Move your legs.
What you goddamn side. The real question is, who came here to act a damn fool tonight, huh? Hey, where my Fast and Furious fans at out of here, huh? This time I said, hey, when I say way too proud, I'm about to end up calling here tonight. You should. Everybody sing it, you ready? You know the words, so let's sing it. I'm talking champagne with the shoes, caviar, drinking beans. You deserve nothing but all the finer things. Now this whole world has no clue what to do. I got enough money in the bank for the two of us. I got enough letters to support your shoe. Lettuce lifestyle so rich and famous, Robin Leach a bit. Challenge $500,000 for the stone. Taking trips from here to Rome. So if you ain't got no money, take your My first album is Ludacris. It came out in the year 2000. That means we celebrate 23 years of platinum hits and #1 Billboard charts because of y'all supporting us since day one. Now we in movies and everything else, but make no mistake, I would not be here on this stage tonight if it wasn't for an icon by the name of Janet Jackson, and y'all better make some noise for her. Now with that being said, I feel like it's time to start the show. When the ladies want to work, they want to dance.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any Ludacris records where we can make the ladies start to dance?
Oh, I have the perfect record for that.
Let's go. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go?
Get right into it. So this was my second concert ever, because if anybody's seen my other video, the only other concert I had ever been to was the Marc Anthony Viviendo tour, and now this is the second concert thingamajig I've been to, and this experience was way different because this was outside. So this is my first time ever being outside, like on the grass, on the field, in any type of event like this. And if people don't know, I never went outside. Like, this year and last year are the first years of my life that I've ever gone outside, because like all my life I went to homeschool, And my mom worked from home all my life, so I've never been outside. So it's so interesting to me, like going to concerts and things and seeing how humans like kind of interact. Because there was a couple of things that happened at this specific concert that I was like, oh, I've always seen this in movies and TV shows, and I'm like, do people actually do this type of stuff in real life? Because I never interacted with any people, so how would I know? Like from the age of like, I want to say the last time I ever went somewhere like a public event was like 2004 when I was like 3, and it was like a baseball game. It was either 2005 or 2004, but that's about the last time I ever went to a public event. So I don't know how people do that type of stuff, and I'm not used to interacting with people because we just don't really know anyone. So I'm like, I don't know how humans act in real life beyond myself and my own 2 family members, so I don't know how people are. So that was interesting to see. But anywho, this place, it was really interesting driving out here because the arena it was at, I had never been there. It was a Talking Stick amphitheater. I had never been there in my life. I was like, okay, this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. And there was like these cornfield things on the side of the arena. And so the thing was that the concert started at 7:45. But like the gates opened at 6:30 and the line or the parking lots opened at 5 o'clock, which I didn't really like because like with the Mark Anthony one, it was like, it's a shopping center / like mall, and then there just so happens to be an arena like off in the corner, so you could park whenever you want and just do whatever. Now this one, I didn't like the fact that I had to specifically park at the time they said to open, so that would mean I had to leave later and be in like the rush of people, even though it wasn't too bad, but there was a couple of people acting really crazy and driving like insane asylum patients when there was literally no one in the parking lot, so that was unnecessary. The parking was also free, so that's good. Didn't need to pay for parking. And the tickets were also free because I didn't plan on going to this, but then my mom was like, okay, I have these Janet Jackson tickets, blah, 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 blah. She was like, can you put them on the Ticketmaster thing? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, Janet Jackson, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, oh, okay. So these tickets were free, and yeah, so why not go to a free concert? So it was Janet Jackson and Ludacris. Ludacris came out first, and he did a little set, and then she came out after. Way after, might I add, because it took a while for her to come out. Like, it wasn't bad, but I'm just saying, like, it took her a long time to come out after Ludacris came out. But then again, I've never seen, like, concerts before, and Mark Anthony doesn't have an opening act. He just has his comedian friend who does, like, 2 0-stars jokes, and then he leaves. So, and that the transition between him and the comedian was like 7 minutes, because they play intro songs for 7 minutes and then he comes on. For Janet Jackson, it was just like this, there's like this digital screen that says Janet Jackson, and that was going for like 40 minutes, I kid you not, after Ludacris got off the stage. And then she has her little show intro, which was really, really cute. I really liked the show intro, and then she comes out. Now, both of their performances were really, really good. There's nothing I can say about it. 12 out of 10. I think they both did really, really good. I knew Janet Jackson had a lot of songs, and I knew like 2 Ludacris songs, or 3 maybe, but I didn't know that many songs from either of them. And then they had a part in the show where they were like, for all the Fast and Furious fans, and I was like, ew, no, because I've never watched the Fast and Furious. Like, I've never seen that. And Janet Jackson, she had a lot of songs that I forgot she had, and I was like, oh yeah, she had this and this and this and this. So they were both really, really good in their performances. Now, what was funny to me was, I also witnessed for the first time ever in my life, I seen a fight for the first time ever in my life. Like, I've never been in a fight, I've never seen a fight, so this was so interesting to me. I was like, oh wow, people actually do these types of things in real life. Like, there was these ladies, and a lot of people had jumped in front of me because I picked a really, really good spot it wasn't near the stage, but it was like so close that you could see, and it was a good vantage point, because when they opened the gates, a whole bunch of stupid people just started running, which is stupid, and they all ran towards the same exact spot, and I'm like, that's the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life, because now everybody's going to be stuck in this one spot, mouth breathing on each other's ankles, being stupid. So I just was like, okay, whatever. Me and my mom were walking up there, and there was like this little off patch in the grass, and I was like, hey mommy, stop right here. And she was like, I can't see. And I gave her my glasses, and then she gave me her glasses because she didn't have them on, and she was like, oh, this is a really, really good spot. And I was like, yeah, it is, I told you. And then people started trying to jump in front of us, but because we're tall, we could see over anybody anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And there was a whole bunch of people. Just, my spot was prime real estate, and everybody was salty about it and started trying to steal my spot, but that's neither here nor there. So anywho's, there was these two groups of ladies, but only two ladies from each group started fighting. There was one group that was like over here, the other one was over here, and all I heard, I was just watching the show, having a jolly good time, heard people screaming, and then I started seeing like this wave of people backing up, moving, running, and then it's like, I seen this thing that looked almost like, I don't know what to describe it as, it looked almost like rats rolling in a circle, or like dogs biting each other, like running, spinning like that, and it just was rolling towards the crowd, and everybody, a whole bunch of people started backing up and running, and I realized there was two ladies on the floor fighting each other, properly fisticuffs fighting, and I was like, what on earth? And like the noise this lady was making, I'm like, is that what people do when they fight? Like, this was so confusing to me. And the one lady, her friend was like, you're okay, and I'm like, she's literally not, like, her face has been punched to smithereens, but I guess it's fine. So I don't know what that was about. And people were talking about it for a long time because they both stopped fighting. I don't know what happened to the other lady. I don't know if she left. I know a couple of people left after these two ladies decided to fight. And yeah, that was just interesting to me. And it was funny because all the people that were in my section, literally the people that jumped in front of me, they were fighting in their, whatchamacallit, like their, I don't know what to call it, but basically it was a beeline for all the people that had jumped in front of me that got hit in this sea of fight. I was far enough back that I was not even touched by the fight. People were backing up trying to run to the spot that I was in. I'm like, see, that's why you always go in the corner, not in the middle, because the middle is where stupid stuff happens. And I never even been outside, and I know that. So that was funny to me. Interesting, not really funny. And also, this arena had these drinks. They had prickly pear drinks, and I'll put in a picture of the drink and the little cup that I got, because that was really fun. It costs way too much, because first of all, a hamburger was $28 and a drink was $22, which was ridiculous. At this Marc Anthony concert, I didn't buy anything and I didn't buy any food. At this, the only reason I bought something was because my mom wanted a hamburger, and she was like, I want a hamburger, oh my gosh. And I was like, fine. So I utilized some change and I bought her a hamburger. At the Marc Anthony concert, I didn't buy anything because, like I said, it's an arena thingamajig, and they have no, it's a mall, so there's like food at the mall and stuff, so I bought some stuff outside of the arena, and then they had like little chips and dips in the VIP room, so that was interesting too, to wait in a line for the first time, because this was my first experience waiting in a line. I had never done that, because at the other concert, like I said, I paid for the VIP thingamajig, and that was like 2 or 3 hours before the concert started. So it was just like sitting in this little room, and then right when the concert started, I just walked straight into the arena. Didn't even see any of the merchandise, didn't even see anything that they had. I didn't know they even had that. And when I left, I was so salty, because I was like, you're telling me if I would have went upstairs, they had stuff for sale, and I didn't even know that. Still haven't seen the inside of that arena, because I didn't even, you just, like, they take you to this little backstage, whatever area, and then you just jump to the front of the thing or wherever your seat is, so it's not like you get to see the whole arena. Whereas with this, I kind of got to see the arena because I went in through the regular entrance, and I don't know if they had a VIP thingy here. I wouldn't know, because like I said, we got free tickets, so I don't know if there was one, or if however they would do that at this place. But it was still really, really fun. And actually the grass wasn't that bad. I thought it would be really itchy. I thought there would be ants, because I have emotional trauma from going to school in way up there in the mountains when I was a little kid. When I went to school, ants would always attack me, and I would always be traumatized, and I would run all the way down the hills, all the way to like the bus stop. This is way like in the Black Mountains where the school was, and I was traumatized. And no. So I had fear that ants would get me, but there was no ants, so it was really, really fun. It was really good. My mom liked all the songs. She had a good time. I had a good time. It was interesting too, because I liked the crowd reactions, because they played songs and they would mute it and they would let the crowd sing, and that was really, really interesting to hear how people reacted to the music. But yeah, so other than that, it was a really, really good show, really, really good concert, and I liked it. Yeah, there's nothing I can say. Ludacris was really good. Janet Jackson was really good. 12 out of 10. Quality content, good performers. This arena did good. their staff did good considering how the people wanted to try to start acting crazy, but the staff didn't entertain any of the people's buffoonery. So I really liked that. I'm not sure I would go to another concert setup like this, but if it goes as quick as if it were to go as quick as it went, and if everybody just went to their spot like they did, then I may consider it, but I'm not sure I would necessarily go to another general admission outdoor place just because of the safety factor, because people, I don't know, people just get weird. And even at the Mark Anthony concert, there was people trying to start, and it's not even about the artist, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, even at an indoor place, people tried to fight and do stupid stuff. But I don't know. So yeah. But other than that, it was really, really fun. I think it was called the Together Again tour. But yeah. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.